welcome to the evening show. I'm your host, Chris from Addy Family Adventures, and we are here to discuss more Disney news and any kind of entertainment news. Usually that relates to Disney. So, let's get on with it. Pop up some news. All right, let's see. All right, to start off, we've got Disney World closes. Hey, Megan, thanks for joining me. Disney World closes mask loophole, bans eating and drinking while walking. Jumped on me. Just give me a second. There we go. Presumably, whistle while you work is still acceptable, but add eating and drinking while walking to the list things you can't do at Walt Disney World in the pandemic era. Like some Las Vegas casinos, the park has banned consumption of food and drink on the move in order to ensure masks are worn at all times. Disney World has been under fire in some quarters for opening at a time when COVID-19 cases are spiking, particularly in its home state of Florida. To minimize the potential spread of the disease, the theme park has instituted many new rules on social distancing, capacity, and cleaning. It is also requiring masks to be worn at all times. Previously, the rules exceptions on masks was limited to eating and drinking, but that loophole has now been closed as patrons were seen walking through the park with beverages and food and masks. I think that was up. All right, popular Disney blog, Walt Disney World News Today, and Disney blog reports guests are now required to remain stationary while sipping or snacking. Walt Disney World updated its official policy to indicate the change. It now states that you may remove your mask covering while actively eating or drinking, but you should be stationary and maintain appropriate physical distancing. Walt Disney World News Today asked an Epcot cast member about the new policy, who informed them that the guests are now being asked to find a safe spot 6 feet from other guests before removing their mask to eat and drink. So, hey Keith, thanks for joining me. So, I mean, we've seen it coming. I mean, they were already seeing it in Universal after Universal opened up. Once again, it's individual accountability. All right. There's rules. You follow them. That's all there is to it. And what it is these people believe that they found a loophole, which you knew it was going to go away. Now, the question was about drinking water. To me, you're drinking water. When it's hot out, you're only supposed to be sipping off water anyway. So you just pull your mask down, take a sip, put your mask back up. I don't think you can get in trouble for doing that. So I think that it's sometimes you always have somebody who ruins it for everybody, and it's you just got to follow the rules. That's all there is to it. There's rules for a reason. There's rules for safety, and in this case, it is for safety, so it's not spreading a virus. And Disney doesn't want to be, hey, look, we had a positive COVID-19 in the park, and now we got to shut down and clean, or maybe shut down again. But just, if you're going to the park, just do the right thing. That's all there is to it. Just remember, do the right thing. They're not asking you to do much. I mean, they've got free zones where you can go and take your mask off. If it's hot, you can always duck into air conditioners. There's different places all over, souvenir shops and everything like that. And I just don't see why this is I do see why it's a problem. I don't know why I'm saying that. It's because people don't want to wear the mask, and they'll find any reason for not to have the mask on. And there's different ways of doing it. There are 3 different areas there at Walt Disney World. There's one just outside of Pirates of the Caribbean as you're going into Frontierland. The Tomorrowland Tavern or Terrace is another one, and then Pete's Silly Sideshow over in the circus area. That's an enclosed one that's air conditioned. The Tomorrowland Terrace That one is an open air conditioned. And then the one that's over by Pirates in the Caribbean on your way into Frontierland, that's an open one. There's no air conditioning there. But you've got those places. You've got gift shops you can duck into to get some air conditioning, and there should be no reason for you to try to find a loophole. So, and like I said, if you need a drink of water, pull your mask down, take a sip, pull your mask back up. I don't think they'd say anything to you if you do that. All right, so let's go ahead and move on. What do we got next? As grievance talks loom, Disney sidesteps union actors by changing shows. Walt Disney World and Actors Equity Association members prepare to discuss a grievance filed by the union. Disney is finding ways to work around the absent performers. Actors Equity represents about 750 performers at Walt Disney World, including those who sing in Beauty and the Beast, Live on Stage, Finding Nemo, the musical, and the Hoop-Dee-Doo musical review. The union has been pressing Disney to provide regular COVID-19 testing of performers. Disney has said it is confident in the safety protocol already in place. Equity filed a grievance after Disney canceled a planned recall to work for equity represented performers when the theme park reopened this month after the lengthy coronavirus shutdown. Multiple sources familiar with the negotiations confirmed the two sides would meet July 20th. Without fanfare, Disney has debuted a revamped version of its bird show at Animal Kingdom theme park, previously titled Up, A Great Bird Adventure. The show featured an equity-represented actor portraying wilderness explorer troop leader Jones, as well as troop member Russell and Doug, the dog, characters from the film Up. So, yes. Let's see. The new version is titled Feathered Friends in Flight. As seen in an online video, a Disney employee who identifies as part of a team of animal behavior specialists now hosts a show with a colleague. He acknowledges the change in his opening remarks. So, hey Rachel. So yeah, it's just a battle between Disney and Equity, a union. It's for the performers. Disney feels like their safety protocols are good. They're not going to be bullied into doing any more. I mean, there's no reason to test people who aren't showing symptoms, and it's just, to me, it just seems like it's like the union's trying to push back, or of course they probably want Disney. They were upset Disney didn't delay the reopenings, but yeah, they're never going to be happy. I've worked for a union, and either side is never happy all the time. So let's go on. Okay, so that's the same one. All right, so this comes from my area. I understand. If you wonder why I report on this, is because I do have friends who watch my show that's from this area. So this is Kings Island. It's a theme park near me, and I have annual passes to it, but it's Kings Island is no longer requiring reservations. Also, release schedule of August. So Kings Island says that visitors will no longer have to make reservations to visit the park. This announcement comes as the park updated its schedule for August. Kings Island has a disclaimer on its website concerning visiting its park during the pandemic. By visiting the park, you voluntarily assume all risk related to exposure to COVID-19. We have taken enhanced health and safety measures for you, our other guests, and our associates. You must follow all posted instructions while visiting the park. An inherent risk of exposure to COVID-19 exists in any public place where people are present. COVID-19 is an extremely contagious disease that can lead to severe illness and death. According to the CDC, senior citizens and guests with underlying medical conditions are especially vulnerable. If you are exhibiting any COVID-19 related symptoms, you should not enter or remain in the park. Help keep each other healthy. So, no reservations for Kings Island. So that's great news. Like I said, I'm an annual pass holder. I haven't been there yet. I want to ride their new roller coaster, Orion. It's the first Giga coaster Kings Island's got. It's got a 300-foot drop. I did cover a story the other day about a man who actually lost 190 pounds just so he could ride the new roller coaster. So I'm really excited. I can't wait to get back to Kings Island and ride the new coaster plus all the old ones. So, all right. So here we go. I'm probably gonna have to pull this one up. Lady and the Tramp turned 65 with limited edition merchandise. So, see if it gives any pictures. Okay, Lady and the Tramp is one of Walt Disney Animation's most classic films, released in 1955, the same year Disneyland Resort opened. The story of the privileged pup lady and the lovable yet rugged street dog Tramp is still as heartwarming today as it was 65 years ago. To celebrate the 65th anniversary of the famous Disney classic movie, Shop Disney has released a new limited edition merchandise collection featuring all of your favorite Lady and Tramp characters. Check out the adorable series below. So let me see. So let me pop this up for you real quick. Go. So yeah, one of the most iconic Lady and the Tramp scenes, next to the spaghetti, is when Jim Deere delivers Lady to Darling in a pink hat box. Don't think there's any more. Oh, here we go. Lady and Tramp's 65th anniversary pin, Disney Visa card members exclusive 2020. Or anything else? Oh, here we go. Lady t-shirt for women, Lady and the Tramp. Home is where the dogs are. That's pretty cool. That looks like that's it. All right, let's move on. So the 65th anniversary, that's pretty cool. It's also the 65th anniversary of Disneyland itself. It's celebrating 65 years. Really, you would figure they would be doing something special there at Tony's at Walt Disney World, or I don't know. I'm sure they have Tony's at Disneyland, but that would really be something if they're celebrating in some way. I don't know, maybe bringing spaghetti back. I don't know why they cut it from their menu, but yeah, I think that would really be great. And 65, that's a long time, and really great movie. You would figure they would have waited also to put the live action out at 65. That would have been even better. So let's see, get this knocked down. All right. So next we got Remy's Ratatouille Adventure opening construction info. Remy Ratatouille Adventure is a family-friendly trackless dark ride under construction at Epcot at Walt Disney World. The attraction is being added to World Showcase as an expansion to the France Pavilion and include a Street of Paris section with new dining and shopping. This covers everything you need to know about the ride. When it's likely to open, new construction, photos and concept arts, and answers to frequently questions. As background, Remy Ratatouille's adventure is the clone Ratatouille La Aventure Totalement. I can't speak French. At Walt Disney Studio Park at Disneyland Paris. Some differences to the two are possible. It's common for Imagineers to tweak clones upon learning what works or doesn't. The Disneyland Paris version includes the table service restaurant Bistro Chez Remy, which will be coming to Epcot. Walt Disney World announced this version of Remy's Ratatouille Adventure a few years ago at the D23 Expo. Following construction permits and rumors leaking, the attraction and Streets of Paris section is being built as an expansion of the France Pavilion, using space behind the existing theater plus the vacant plot next to the Moroccan Pavilion. Remy's Ratatouille Adventure is a pure addition. Nothing is being replaced by this expansion. In terms, Remy's Ratatouille Adventure's substance speculation is not required, given that Ratatouille's The French one debuted over 5 years ago. The concept is guests shrinking to the size of a rat, scurrying through a restaurant, a trackless dark ride. It's a frantic, high-energy experience with some oversized kitchen items as physical props, plus 3D film on a series of giant screens. When announced, the ride system was first of its kind for Walt Disney World. Since then, both Star Wars Rise of the Resistance and Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway have debuted with similar trackless dark ride components. In terms of a comparison, Remy's Ratatouille Adventure is more similar to Runaway Railway, except for with more dimensional props, but also more flat screen. So, according above is a look at the, okay, yeah, this, I can't wait for this ride. I think it's really gonna start drawing more people back there into the France Pavilion. And tell you the truth, I've never walked that far back in the France Pavilion, and it would probably be something. It'd probably help me discover things that are back in that area that I've never seen. And I'm really looking forward to this ride. If you didn't know, I made a reaction video to this ride over in France, and it's an amazing ride. It's a trackless vehicle, which seems to be the new way that everybody's going, and it really makes you feel like you've been shrunk down to the size of a rat or a mouse. And I just can't, I can't say anymore. It's an amazing ride. But yeah, I really can't wait for it to get here. All right, let's move on. How NBA players navigate the first 2 weeks inside the bubble there at Walt Disney World. Is that me ringing? New Orleans Pelican coach Alvin Gentry wondered aloud, looking down at the proximity monitor clipped to his credentials as he walked from the practice facility inside Disney's ESPN Wide World of Sports complex to conduct his virtual news conference on July 10th. On arrival at the NBA's Orlando campus, every player, coach, and staff members was given a small white device programmed to beep whenever within 6 feet of another person. After 5 seconds, the device blinks red. After 10 seconds, it plays a short tune. It couldn't be Gentry's alarm, though. A public relations staffer said the Pelicans Chargers hadn't arrived yet. In fact, the majority of teams' proximity monitors had been delivered without chargers, rendering them useless for a time. After a few awkward moments, it turned out to be another NBA staff member and reporter who had been given chargers and remembered to use them, who had set off the devices. It was just one of a few bumps to be smoothed over during the league's adjustment period as the first few days saw teams arrive at Disney's campus. Teams have largely been complimentary of how the NBA is handling life in the bubble. Executives acknowledge how difficult a task this is for the league to pull off and have said that most concerns are immediately met with an attempt to remedy the situation. On July 11th, when the Milwaukee Bucks were set to clear quarantine, coaches saw that they were scheduled to be released from their hotel room confinements at 3 p.m., only to discover that their practice slot determined by the league was from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. The phrase we used with the team was a little bit of a gift, Bucks coach Mike Budenholzer said. We thought we might not clear quarantine before our practice slot. One executive discovered on a walk that there was no clear marking of where the NBA's bubble boundaries ended and gave way to public sidewalk near the hotel. But with something this complicated, coronavirus cases are surging in Florida and around the United States. Things are bound to slip between the cracks while players are going from practice to fishing trips to food expeditions. The NBA finds itself performing a balancing act, keeping players healthy and happy under unusual circumstances. What the league is working to pull off is just effing epic. One executive said, I do feel really good about how things are going thus far. For the players, the past 3 weeks have been relatively smooth. Teams are getting Acclimated to the Disney campus as the league continues to take passive precautions, working to make sure its players have all the comfort, food, and approved fun that bubble life can offer. So it sounds awesome. It sounds like Disney's really taking care of the NBA, and I don't think anybody would want to ask for anything less. I mean, for you to be stationed there and to be able to do your thing, and to me it sounds like it'd be a great experience, and knowing that you're going to get to play the rest of the season out is even better. All right, let's go ahead and we will move on to our next story. I think we already did that one. All right. Restaurant extends mass layoffs at Walt Disney World and Kennedy Space Center. Wow. Is that it, or did I miss it? As a restaurant operator with several Florida locations has informed the state that it's uncertain on the status of more than 1,000 Orlando area workers. All right. Cool. Last long. All right, here we go. 10 tips for social distancing at Disney parks you've not been told. With the official reopening of Disney's theme park in Florida, many fans are weighing the pros and cons of venturing out for a mask-covered day at their favorite magical destination. This is without a doubt a personal choice, and one that comes with assessing the risks to not only oneself, but those around you. But such an assessment is hard to make when you're only provided with the basic guidelines. What is it actually like on the ground? What should you know that actually... Sorry. Lost my spot. Actually experience could you tell? After attending annual pass holder preview for Disney Animal Kingdom, I've thought up some tips for social distancing in parks that you're not hearing from Disney, but certainly can make a visit more enjoyable. I speak only from personal experience. I'm no scientist nor claim to be. The tips provided may even go obsolete as Disney's daily adjusts how best to keep everyone safe. This is also not an endorsement for park attendants. That decision is, again, a personal choice. 10. Skip dine in restaurants and eat outside. From what early CDC studies show, indoor eating furthers the risk of infection due to ventilation. Yes, Disney has put forth great efforts to spread out seats and limit cast member interactions with guests, but they also have plenty of outdoor eating venues. So skip those dine-in restaurants that you love with assigned tables and grab some counter service. It limits your interaction with people and lets you take your food to an area you're comfortable taking off your mask. On our Animal Kingdom trip, we hit up Flame Tree Barbecue and sat down near the Discovery River, plenty of opening space and a yard away from the nearest guest. Number 9, skip the gift shops. Really? If I made one mistake, I'm sure I made more. On my first social distancing Disney trip, it was thinking that a gift shop stop would work. It's simply impossible to social distance when you turn a corner around a merchandise shelf and run into somebody. It happens not only at a gift shop at Walt Disney, it happens at any retail store in the United States. So, I mean, if you're going to be this fearful, then don't go. That's all there is to it. Don't go. All right. Number 8, use and quickly eat at relaxation stations. Oh, that's true. You can only go so long with wearing a mask in Florida heat before sweat begins dropping off your lip and things get less fun. You'll need a mask break and Disney relaxation station, especially the more natural ventilation ones are preferred for this sort of thing. While you don't want to spend forever, there are others can enjoy the space. It is also a great, hey Roxana, it is also a great place to bring in some food from counter service and eat quickly. The main reason for this is that you are off the beaten path and no other guests might run into your bubble by mistake like they may if you're just eating next to a walkway. Hey Candy Mom. All right, number 7, bring a reusable water bottle with a straw. This is pretty much theme park visit 101, but now bringing a water bottle to the park is even more essential. Not only should you be aware of hydration needs while wearing a mask, but this helps you stay away from open mouth water fountains. I don't know. I kind of feel like I'm starting to lose it. I might have to do something in 15 minutes before we do this. I may have been practicing too long. So I would have to take a guess that the water fountains would be shut down at Walt Disney World. I wouldn't think they'd be. Use every hand sanitizing station you see. Common sense. Like, this is stuff that Disney don't tell you. It's because it's common sense. There is just a level of hand surface contact you can't avoid. You will touch a door or a handrail that others have do as well. But unlike so many other places out in the world, you're hanging out in a place full of hand sanitizing stations. In fact, Disney has added 4,000 sanitized stations on property. So yeah, so basically clean your hands. Be the first or last off of a ride. Now, how are you going to do that? This is ridiculous. After riding Expedition Everest, my wife and I experienced that would be the most bottlenecked event of the day. Disney had placed a hand sanitizing station at the ride exit gate, but a motion sensor can only activate so fast when everyone makes a pit stop. In seconds, we were backed up and in a group. So you're telling people be either the first or the last. So there's going to be a problem there if people are listening to you and they're all waiting to be the first or the last. So it doesn't make. Bring extra masks. Yes, VP's told us this because it's nice to change the mask out. I will bring up that when I was working 10 hours in a hot factory, I was working hard and I did sweat through 3 of the disposable masks. So even if it's not disposable, it gets sweaty. Probably best to bring another one. But yeah, it just seems like it'd be natural. Make sure to carry masks. All right, number 3, stand off to the side when not walking. Okay, this common sense. This is another tip that's sort of elementary Disney knowledge, but to help the flow of traffic and not knock into people, is now essential to help. It doesn't matter. All right, this right here, even without a pandemic, has bugged the heck out of me every time I go. I do not understand why people stop in the middle of the walkway. All right, in the middle of the walkway, just stop, knowing they got people behind them, instead of stepping off to the side. You know, if you're going to stop and try to make some kind of decision or talk, yeah, I'm sorry. This really bugs me, and it has nothing to do with the pandemic. You got to stop, walk off to the side. It's just, it gets on my nerves because if there was a doorway there, would you stop in the middle of the doorway and make everybody else behind you have to slow down and stand there and wait on you? No. So the same thing goes for walking in a walkway. So, yeah. So this whole thing about, it's like safety things that Disney don't tell you about. It seems like it's all common sense and Disney shouldn't have to tell you. I don't really agree with this one. Number 2, plan for a shorter day. So basically, you're spending all this money at Disney, but don't be there very long. Stupid. Due to Disney reservation system, there is a good chance that you'll be able to ride just about anything you want in your day trip. My wife and I did both of Pandora's attractions in around a half hour. Disney has also reduced operating hours, closing before nightfall. But what I'm discussing isn't really about the theme park, but the guest experience, especially on your first visit back. It's good to be okay with the idea that you're going to fill that day. Take your time and leave when you're tired. I don't leave when I'm tired. I push on and drink caffeine. Number one, watch for those social distancing marks. And this is things Disney's not telling you. Watch for the social distancing markers. Are you serious? It can be a bit of a learning curve to get used to all the new social distancing markers. We've seen them. Everybody's seen them. They're not only at Disney, they're everywhere you go. If you haven't seen them, then obviously you don't look down. But yeah, I don't know. I really thought this was going to give some good tips, and I think it just made me angry because it's stupid. That's all it is. This is... Somebody didn't think this out when they wrote it. All right, let's move on. Target's drops teaser video ahead of Star Wars Galaxy Edge merchandise coming to stores. I want to get to Target if this merchandise is dropping. All right, last month we reported that select Star Wars Galaxy Edge merchandise was reportedly coming to Target stores, and it seems that this rumor may be true as Target just dropped a teaser video of the line coming to stores. Huh. In the corner of the... Okay, can I play that video? I can. If you'll be able to hear it. I can at least play it for you. Let me get it set up so you can see this video. You're not going to be able to hear it because I didn't hear it. But I'll see it. That was it? Oh, this is a case opening up, and you see a little bit of a Sith Trooper armor. Wow. Wow. I mean, I guess it's a teaser video. It teased us. Oh, wow. Let me pull it. Oh my gosh. In the corner of the video, we see a seal of outline of Batuu while a case opens that reveals that what could be a Captain Cardinal figurine. What's a Captain Cardinal figurine? While this teaser video doesn't include a date when the merchandise will be available, it is captioned as landing soon. Recently, Disney and Target have developed close ties with Disney stores opening at 25 Target stores across the United States last year. Target was also announced to be among the retail offerings at Flamingo Crossing Town Center at the western entrance to the Disney World. All right. So yeah, there's merchandise coming to Target. Wow. I'm not gonna name the website I'm reading. Both these stories came from the same website. And usually they're pretty good, but it seems like maybe they've gotten a little lazy is what it seems to me on what they're reporting. I don't know. Maybe I know if you go to their website, there's lots of other stuff that they're reporting on. So maybe I'm just getting not the good ones. I don't know. All right, so we'll move on. All right, Disney reportedly reconsidering Johnny Depp's return in Pirates of the Caribbean reboot due to ongoing Amber Heard trial. There's little doubt that fans are still hoping to see Captain Jack Sparrow in this Pirates of the Caribbean reboot. However, it looks like Disney might not be eager to bring Johnny back in the film as the actors continue to face ex-wife Amber Heard in a controversial trial. There have been previous reports that Depp has already been written out of the Pirates of the Caribbean reboot since the movie will focus on a completely new lead character. However, it is believed that Disney still wants to give Jack Sparrow a proper farewell before the franchise gets a new start. This seems like an awesome idea, but a new report has just pointed out that the House of Mouse is reconsidering this option as Depp's legal woes are getting more heated. A Hollywood insider reportedly leaked the information to Express, which claims Disney had plans to bring back Depp, but are now rethinking the idea. They were working on storylines to bid him a fitting farewell from the franchise. They both realized that whether Johnny wins his case or not, he is likely to be viewed as a box office poison in these sensitive times, the source stated. For now, there is speculation that Depp will still appear in Pirates of the Caribbean reboot in a small cameo that will give Jack Sparrow a proper farewell. However, it is also important to point out that the studio has not yet confirmed Depp's involvement in the film. Stay tuned for more updates on this story. So, I don't know. To me, I don't care what's going on in Johnny Depp's life. I don't. All right. Yes, I understand there's been accusations that he abused his wife, but he's also made accusations that she's abused him as well. So I don't know what this has to do with Jack Sparrow. I mean, I understand Johnny Depp, and here's the thing. It's that cancel culture, and I think we're finally winning that. And I think I don't care. All right? I mean, Disney, why don't you try entertaining the people who watch you and not try to, to appease these 24-year-olds who think they know everything and what we should cancel and what we should watch and what we shouldn't watch. Just be Disney and entertain the people who love you. That's all there is to it. And the reason why we don't listen to these people is because they're 24. They don't know what the heck they're talking about. They're 24. They're still trying to figure out adulthood. They haven't been adults very long. All right. So let's see. That was it. That was the last one. So we know what's coming up at 9:30 over on the Adventures of Gonzo. We got the Melody Mixes, and it's the 80s. That's right, the 80s. And I thought it was going to do really well, but it sounds like I'm starting to lose my voice, which I'm probably going to have to go drink salt water or something like that, maybe to fix it. I never thought I'd have this problem before. I've never lost my voice before. Yeah, so we're going to have fun. I know we will have fun. I love the 80s. Of course, I grew up through the 80s. And so did Gonzo. I've made certain ideas of what we should do on the show, and one idea got me if you mention that while we're on, I will not talk to you again. So but yeah, it seems like I think we did really good. I think as a show we did well. Singing wise, maybe not. But we had fun. I think everybody in the chat had fun, and I thought it was really gargle some scope or Listerine or okay. But yeah, so I don't know. I guess it's funny. Today's news kind of upset me. I don't know if it's the kind of mood I'm in. I'm not really in a bad mood, but when I hear stuff that's I think is stupid, I just kind of point it out and pretty blunt and direct about how I feel about it. So I hope I didn't offend anybody by what I did, because I didn't mean to. I'm just here to entertain you. So I think we're going to wrap this up. So I'll be back on for the evening show tomorrow at 8:15. No, I'm good, Candy Mom. 8:15, where I'll cover more news. And then for that at 7 o'clock, Darren and I'll be on with the Disney fan art, where it's the Renaissance period. So hopefully we get some good stuff turned in. I actually had one come in while I was sitting here from somebody. And then, of course, I think is 9:30 tomorrow night. Then we have Taco Tuesday, where we're playing our last game of Color Brain, and I think we're going to be looking for something else. So, and I was at Walmart the other day trying to find something that would work while you're on stream. I had no really good luck. I think if we went to Target, we would probably find more. Target always seems to have more of a selection than Walmart does anyway. But yeah, so thank you all for in the chat for being here. I hope I provided some good information for you. That's all I've been trying to do, at least entertainment. You know, I'm your barking seal. Ask me to do what you want and I'll do it. So, but as for that, I'll catch you on the next evening show, and later. Bye.